And we should be live. Okay, fantastic. Hello, everyone. Hang on. There we go. Okay, sources up. Before we begin, I am just going to real quickly. Excuse me. I'm just going to real quickly let the Twitter peeps know that we're live. Okay, tweeted that out. Now it's time to not look at the app again. Hello, peoples, though. How are we doing? So today's the day. We're, as you can see, I haven't really touched the Fenbot design since we last did an art stream because I wanted his design to be finalized with all of you guys watching. So, with that said, we're just going to jump right in. I'm going to get some music playing. Bum, bum. Also, thank you, Cadence the Alpaca, for the follow. It's very much appreciated. You're getting, hopefully, closer and closer to, I forgot what it's called. Thingy, whatever. And Milksteak, hello! It's good to see you. You're doing okay? You doing fine? That's good, that's good. Affiliate is the word I was thinking of. Alright, so we're just gonna dive right in. So the goal today is going to be to finalize the design and have at least one asset for him ready to go within 2 hours. So you know this is going to be fun. If I'm a bit slow to respond to everyone, I apologize. It's because I don't have a second screen on, because every time I do, it messes with tablet controls. There's some chat rules, just because. Okie doke! Let's get this ball rolling. Mostly because we're already 3 minutes in and I've mostly just been rambling about like rules and whatnot. So I think one thing I do really like the idea of is at least giving him like this sort of poochy eyes. I think that's really cute. I think maybe making the whole face like that might be a bit much, but I think giving him like the kind of like, you guys remember Poochie. I think we talked about this last time we were doing art, but like the little robot dog toy. Fenbot is super excited to finally have his chassis designed, so that's pretty nifty. Say hello, Fenbot. Alright. Enough horsing around, man. Let's get back to the art. So how's everyone's day been going? It's been a bit slow for me. If I gotta be honest, I haven't gotten a lot of work done today. Mostly because I've been dead tired all day. I'm still tired. Like, after the stream, I'm basically going to download the file, upload the archive, and go to bed, because I'm a tired boy. and I've been tired all day. So how are we feeling about, like, the idea of him having kind of, like, floaty ears? Because on one hand, I think that could look really cute. On the other hand, it may not be practical for some things. Because I don't know if I brought this up, but the reason why I want to, like, design all, like, this stuff for Fenbot is because I want to make, like, stuff with him. I want to make, like, something, because, like, I'm really interested in, like, puppeteering and whatnot, and I've wanted to learn about puppeteering and making puppets and getting puppets made and whatnot, and I wanted to make a puppet of Fenbot for I can use for, like, videos or something. Excuse me. And while the kind of, like, floating ears I think are a cute idea, I'm not sure they'll be particularly practical. Oh, there's an ad playing. There's an ad playing. Ah. So yeah, in case you couldn't tell, this is gonna be like a super casual stream. We're not taking this like super seriously or anything. We're mostly just here to just have fun. Maybe chat if y'all feel like it. I don't know. Personally not a fan of the floaty ears. Okay, that's fair. I'm gonna pull up the Fennec refs again. I just realized I didn't have those open. And that's a little bit silly if I want to have like refs ready to go. I'm also gonna grab, hang on. I don't know if you guys can hear that, though, like the dog thunking upstairs, but casual's fine. Okay. Do you guys remember Poochie? Like the robot toy dog with the crazy colored ears and whatnot? I always loved those things. I had one growing up, and I played with it so much. My brother also had another one of them where it was like a dinosaur. I don't know if it was made by the same company. I don't think so, because I think they were made by Tiger Electronics and Sega. I might be misremembering. I've never heard of Poochie. It was like this, robot dog, and you had, like, a remote and, like, this bone, and it would, like, respond to your commands. It was super simple, and frankly, I really liked it just because it was a robot. A lot of the time, eventually, I think its battery just died, and I never bothered to replace it, because I just wanted to play with the robot dog. All, like, the commands and whatnot you could do, but, like, the actual robot dog itself, that's exactly my jam. I love, like, robots and that kind of aesthetic growing up, so it was like, there you go. I'm kind of liking this one. This one right here is looking super cute. I might actually need to extend the canvas so I can have the kind of refs off to the side. This is always what happens. I end up sketching a lot more than I think I'm gonna. Oh yeah, I forgot. I changed. I think it said like brut or brun or something, and I changed it to say bruh. I forgot. Bruh. Oh, hang on. How am I sounding, by the way? Can peeps hear me? Okay. Because if I need to pick it up, I'd be more than happy to try and turn it up. Desktop audio is also looking quite quiet, so I'll turn that up too. So at the very least, there's a bit more like music going on. But if I'm too quiet, I don't want. But you sound fine? Okay. I'll keep that in mind. But again, if there's any sound issues or anyone else can't really hear nothing, then feel free to let me know. Okay, so I'm going to let's sort of use this as a base and see if we can't refine it a little bit. Oh, look at this little pod right here. What a good boy. Or girl, I don't know. Aminal. Oh, also, how are we feeling about the music? How many of you are even in chat anyway? It's only 2 of yous. That's alright. And even then, I think one of them is actually Fenbot. So, you know, that's exciting. We did get a new follower just before the stream started, so that was fun. Legs are a little bit more like thin and chickeny. I keep thinking the music is a track from Shin Megami Tensei 4. That's fair. Oh, how are we feeling about, there's the dog again. How are you feeling about Shin Megami Tensei 5 and Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne getting, or, wait, which, was it Nocturne, or am I misremembering the titles? Yeah, Nocturne. I'm done. How are we feeling about SMT3 Nocturne and SMT5, otherwise known as the only things that got me like excited for that thing. That, to be fair, I knew going in it wasn't gonna be a lot to be like super excited for. The Cadence of Hyrule stuff looks neat. I didn't care about the Fortnite clone. The WWE game looks like crap. And I think that was about it. There was probably another thing, but like I couldn't tell you what it was. I'm not feeling the the kind of middle bits, the actual pupils. I think I'm just gonna leave them like so and have some digitally aligned effects just because. Fill it in here, add a little bit of shine, fill in some black, or in this case red. His nose, even got a sniffer. And his mouth, which has little lines there, which allow him to more properly express, you know, kind of like a mannequin, like not a mannequin, one of those ventriloquist dummies, because that's how their mouths move, you know. I was thinking kind of a similar thing on him. Not that when I'm drawing him, he'll be particularly bound to any, like, physical rules. It's all just an aesthetic thing. It'll basically be, you know what, if I want Fenbot to make a crazy, ridiculous expression, even though it doesn't make any sense, I'm gonna do it anyway. So your trailers have gone to every SMT game I played blind, and that ain't changing. Okay. I'm just happy we got SMT5 news after still. Well, pardon me, we say news, it's really just, we know it's still coming out. We know that it seems to, again, be taking place during the apocalypse. And we know that it's coming out next year with a worldwide release, which is cool, because I don't think Atlas has done that before. I feel like he's not as expressive in this drawing. Like, I think I like the big eyes better, so I'm going to, So I think the body anatomy for this piece is better. I think the head for this one is, like, more expressive. So, although, actually, I do kind of like the shape of this head better. The ears could use a bit of work, though. So, I think we might do one more pass. But I think we're getting the design. I think the design is almost there, at least in terms of, like, the shape and whatnot. I want to keep it simple. I want to keep it cute. But with just enough of that weird, kind of, like, dumb, future-y stuff. To kind of, you know, make him look like sort of toy robot. That's kind of what I'm going for, is he's a toy robot, in a way. Just because I think that's cute, you know? The main goal with Fenbot is to be fun and cute. So... we got a vague release date. That's something. It's barely anything, but it's not. Yeah, it's something. It's more than we got for Bayonetta 3. We got a, like... I do not know what is happening with Bayonetta 3, and they keep saying, production's moving along smoothly. If production was moving on smoothly, I think we'd know a little bit more about the game by now. I don't know what's going on over at Platinum, but if I had to guess, it probably had something to do with the dreaded, the disease. So, you know, that's fun. Gotta be careful with using that word, because apparently, YouTube's a little bit antsy about it. And obviously the archives of this go up on YouTube, so gotta be a bit careful. It's one of the reasons why I choose not to swear, or at least not use the more colorful sides to my choice of vernacular. So. And speaking of dog, someone probably is just vaguely existing outside the door, and she just can't have that. She gets so worked up over it. I have no idea why. Like, someone will just happen to be sort of passing by the house, and then she'll just be like, no, you're not allowed. You're not allowed. Oh my god, she's going hog wild up there. Like, I don't know if you guys can, like, hear it, but but, like, she's, like, right over me, my dog, upstairs, and I can hear thump, 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 thump. She's a big girl, so. She's a big girl. She's large. You know what, I'm fine with making it round. I know that it's sort of for the sake of, like, the aesthetic, but, like, I don't know, I just think it might help to make it a little bit more expressive if his eyes are more round. Yeah, there we go. I think this looks a lot better. Hang on, folks, just gotta do something super quick. Sorry, just had to something real quick to deal with. Yeah, I like how he's looking. I just wanna. All right, cool. So I think this looks good. I'm gonna move on to the next phase. We're gonna refine the sketch a bit more. Or while we're at it, actually, no, first I want to do some quick expression tests before we get into drawing him proper. I mean, technically we are, you know what I mean, doing like the complete art, especially since we're only like 30 minutes in. And I want to see how we can express with this kind of design, and I feel like if there's any tweaks that need doing, we can go back to the drawing board and we could tidy it up. But I think the base design itself looks okay. I think he looks quite good. I think he looks quite cute. Excuse me. So like I said, at least when he's like just as like a drawing, even though he's like a robot and like made out of like metal and plastic, I don't want to necessarily restrain myself too hard to how I draw him from a sort of emotion to emotion, because that's something I enjoy doing, is really kind of like silly, over the top expression, and I can reel it back in if necessary, but for something like Fenbot, I feel like it would be better if we really play up the fact that he's this cute little toy, so he's going to be expressive and whatnot. Like, he's this little toy robot, so he's going to be more expressive and kind of fun. And that's kind of the energy I want to give him. I might give him kind of like a cute little fun character. I have no idea why I'm putting so much energy into designing my chatbot. Like I said, I am interested in potentially getting like a puppet or something and learning about puppeteering and whatnot of this character, but I just don't know why specifically I have a chatbot. And like, you know what this character needs? A design and lore. It needs to be a character. That's just how I be, I guess. I love designing characters. This is some of the most fun. See his he's sort of like, oh, but his mouth still has to follow the laws of the ventriloquist dummy piece, I guess. And I figure that's something cute he could do, like get like little signs in his eyes. I know it's not entirely original, but that's okay. Excuse me. I love looking back at these Fennec references because they're so cute. Look at these little boys and girls and whatever. Such babies. Look at the fluffies. So perfect. Sort of also have this idea that the little antenna on his head, maybe it could like change color or something when he expresses. Maybe. I don't know. I think it might be a cute idea. Is actually not a bad idea. I just realized maybe adding like little like hinges on his ears, I think might kind of make a little bit of sense. So it might look cute too. Again, it's about making him look cute and fun and expressive and having a lot of, I guess, character in a way. Designing characters is fun. Oh god, yes, it's one of my favorite parts of the job. I love designing characters. It's something I haven't gotten to do a lot of lately, so getting to, I think the last proper character designs I made, like, just completely out of my head, and obviously using some, like, so obviously I'm using reference, but, like, that's just a character, without any real reference to any real people that I know, was, the the two women in the video how I was harassed. Now they're based on real people, but I barely remember what they look like. So I thought, okay, sort of a little skeezy and gross, but not so skeezy and gross that it's like you look at them and get the impression that they're immediately going to be trouble. It's more you look back in hindsight and you're like, yeah, looking at them, they did kind of look like trouble, didn't they? less the bird. The bird was more how can I make her look enough like a Karen, but not so much like a Karen that, like, I don't know. And I just wanted to give her ridiculous sunglasses. And we are done the first music track, so I'm gonna switch over to the next one. You might notice that we're playing a lot of Brawl. We're going to be playing music from the game Super Smash Bros. Brawl. This is Wii Games Smooth Music Hits. Wii Games Smooth Music Hits. If you have any requests, dial the number 1-800-Wii-MUSIC. 1-800-Wii-MUSIC, and it will be reorchestrated using the Wii Music game. It'll sound like crap, but we tried anyway. I don't know what that was about. I just sometimes feel like that when we're doing like comm streams like this, I kind of feel like I'm one of those like radio talk show hosts who's like, it's time for 506 FM smooth listening. You know what I mean? And I don't mind that actually, because I get so worked up in my videos that sometimes I don't mind being a little bit more down to earth. My videos and my gaming streams where I'm like constantly losing my mind over glitches that I thought that I discovered, but then it turns out have actually been around for quite a while. Oops. Yeah, that was a little bit embarrassing. I did a bit of research on that glitch I found for SpongeBob, and yeah, no, it's people already knew about it, and apparently it was in since the previous patch, or like, but it was in before the most recent patch. So oops. Oh well, that doesn't matter. Because it was just kind of still cool anyway. It was still like a really cool find. So the problem with a character like this, where he has like extra little details, like that's where his shoulder joints are and whatnot. That's a little bit hard. Like, again, I'm perfectly fine breaking some rules because they make sense, but I don't want to make it so that he doesn't look like he's like solid in terms of his body build, if that makes sense. Sorry, just Telegram was still open and I had some messages to respond to. This can go away now. No, I said go. Quit Telegram. Bad. Curse you, furry messaging app. Oh my gosh, sorry folks. A little bit slow and quiet today. My whole day has been really slow and quiet. I got some video editing done. I got some commissions done really early in the day. Because again, I didn't sleep, really, so, you know, and now we're kinda here and everything's a little bit slow. It's fine. I'm gonna move the head a little. also doesn't help. I just don't have a lot to talk about today. I guess in a way, I don't think I've ever designed characters in front of an audience before, albeit however large or small. So I guess this is kind of an insight into my method, which is to say it's extremely disorganized, but it works for me, and that's what matters the most. Is that I know how it works, so I can work most effectively in this sort of environment with this kind of workflow. Where I'm sort of darting back and forth, looking at things. In general, I feel like that's, where I feel most comfortable. Is just, like, rather than using, like, a bunch of, having to memorize, like, a bunch of different, like, shortcuts and whatever. Or staying to, like, a very rigid plan if I want to lay things out. I prefer to just kind of, keep drawing until I get something right, you know? Obviously, there are exceptions. That like this is character design. When it comes to stuff like comic pages or whatever, I generally try and be a little bit more constructive about how those are how those are laid out, because like they're comic pages, and a huge part of them is the flow of the page itself and the construction, which helps the reading. Okay, so he's looking pretty good. I think there's one more expression I want to try before we move on to rendering out a piece of him and then creating an asset or two. Excuse me. How's the Twitter hiatus been going? It's been going. I mean, like, it's only been a couple of days. Admittedly, I feel less angry all the time. So that's something, because Twitter makes me mad, or it has recently, and that's why I have been taking a hiatus, because Twitter has not been a fun place recently, and not even for the reasons you'd think. Frankly, it's not because of like the political climate or whatever, or like the social, but no, that stuff's like great, like the social movements and whatnot. That stuff's great. Keep doing that. That's fantastic. When it comes to like the news, I generally like to keep a tab on things that I think are important, so that's not a big deal. It's just like everyone on Twitter, or like a good chunk of people on Twitter, are just so obsessed with being miserable, if that makes sense. Like, I saw a video of it was like this big black old goldfish, and he wasn't treated very well, and he was in a pet store, and he was gonna die, and then somebody adopts the goldfish. And for the record, it's like one of those, like, it's not like a little like goldfish, whatever. He dies in a month and that's it. No, this is like a big one. And they take him home, they get him in a proper tank, they heal him up, they fix him up, they do all that stuff over the course of a little while. And he gets like this sort of like gorgeous, like he's very bright, and his color is like, because his color changes, and he's a lot healthier, and he's a lot happier in his final days, and that's great and whatnot. And the first comment I see is someone saying, "Y'all spent that money on a fish when you could have donated to a charity," with like a smug gif of Michelle Obama. This person literally saved another life, and someone found a way to be smugly defeatist and miserable about it. Like, I understand it's a goldfish, it's not a big, like, for a lot of people it's not a big deal, but like, come on, man, how miserable. Like, you must be fun at parties, bro. You must be so much fun at parties. People must love talking to you. And I think kind of the straw that broke the camel's back was that mini Nintendo Direct. It's admittedly a silly reason, but like, you know what, whatever. In that, I go online and I'm waiting for the video to go live, and not 2 seconds after it goes live, I see someone complaining about its length. Never mind the fact that it's a Nintendo Direct Mini. And that was just kind of a case of like, you know what? These people aren't going to be happy regardless, because everyone on here wants to be miserable all the time. And no, I don't need that in my life right now. Everything's already stressful enough as it is with COVID and all the stuff that's going on in the world and my own personal things and my own personal issues. Pardon me. So I don't have the time or the patience for that nonsense anymore. At least not right now. I'm not leaving Twitter. I'm just taking an extended break from it. I don't know for how long, and I'm still using it to promote my work. But when it comes to like going on and checking my feed, no, I don't need that in my life right now. I don't need, like, even people that I follow are kind of like that now, where it's like these are people I admire, and you can tell that the current kind of, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of late stage Tumblr, but replace no, you know what? It is just late stage Tumblr. The more I think about it, because late stage Tumblr was so obsessed with being miserable. That's why I hated it. Everyone was all about, oh, it's something identity politics. No. Heck that noise. I don't care. To me, it was just everyone on that website was so determined to be miserable and angry, and I have no idea why. Why would you want to be miserable and angry? Why would you want to look for reasons to be upset? Why would you look for reasons to be angry? There's plenty enough to be angry about. You don't need to look and search for things and find misery in everything that exists. And I don't like that energy. I just don't want to be around it anymore. Cause like if I can be a bit candid for a second, my mental health hasn't exactly been the best lately. I've been dealing with some crap and whatnot, and just frankly, I don't need that. It's not helping. Stuff like Twitter is not helping. I would go on a full social media blackout if this wasn't my job, like right now, because like I'm still not back at Loris Accord, and I honestly don't particularly mind that I'm not back at Loris Accord, because that's not a particularly fun job. So nothing against the manager or anything. It's not their fault. It's just people get surprisingly passionate about ice cream. I'd love to make a video just talking about like more ridiculous people at my job, just focused on that, not like under like a specific theme where it's like, oh well, this woman showed up and she tried to hook her friend up with me or something. No, it's like I want to just go in, do this odd ones out subway video style, and just ramble on about stupid people that I've had to deal with at my work. But anyway, back on topic. And Twitter, that's just not the kind of energy I need in my life right now. So I'm taking some time to just like focus on myself, ease up a little bit on my social media presence. And that's another thing too, actually. I there's so many reasons why I chose to do it, actually. I said it was like, oh, it was mostly because everyone was miserable. There's actually a few reasons. And another one is that I'll freely admit this, I'm addicted to social media. I will freely admit that, and it's something I need to work on. It just, it gets in the way of doing other things. Like, I'll be like, just trying to sleep, but oh, well, what if like I want to check my Twitter feed, or I'll be trying to work on a video, oh, but I want to check my Twitter feed, or I don't know what it is. I just like having instant access to information and being able to talk to people that I know and all like that usual kind of junk. Now, admittedly, Fenbot's mouth, I don't think I'll ever make it go quite this crazy. I just mostly wanted to draw this for the lulz, but the idea that like, here, I'm actually gonna fix the eyes. I don't feel like that they're quite crazy looking enough. Maybe like if I were to slim it down. And like really push this one. I don't think I'll ever make them look quite this crazy, but like, I don't know. I think it looks funny. Anyway, but like I'll freely admit that I'm kind of addicted to social media. There's just something about having all that information at your fingertips, especially for someone like me who has attention deficit hyperactive disorder and needs constant stimulation or else he gets bored really easily. So stuff like Twitter is perfect for people like me. Because Twitter, Tumblr, whatever, because it's like, it's microblogging basically. They're both very similar. And I used to be addicted to Tumblr, but then that place got really toxic, and then I just wasn't interested. The difference is that unlike Tumblr, I have a feeling that Twitter is gonna last for a much longer time. Hey, Dresser, how you doing? Oh, and I missed you saying a bunch of stuff, Milkstick. I'm sorry. Maybe it has something to do with misery being attributed to being smart. Absolutely. I think that's a huge part of it. I think that a lot of people, like, if they postulate about how everything is terrible, they're like, well, look at how aware I am. I don't want to say woke because, like, you know, that's there's some negative connotations to jokingly using the word woke, and I don't want to be grouped in with people like that because screw that noise. Because jerks use it to make fun of people who dare to be socially cautious, you know. And I don't want to be that guy. So as for, but yes, I actually think that is a part of it. You're feeling pretty good, Dresser? I'm glad to hear that. That's fantastic. I'm really glad to hear you're doing well. Your mental health has improved every time I gave a Twitter break. I wish I had your self-control. No, I don't have particularly good self-control, because I'm not going to pretend like I haven't gone back on my Twitter to really quickly check my feed. I haven't really interacted with anything, but I have, like, every now and again caught myself going back on my Twitter and I don't even realize I'm doing it when it happens. But then I'm like, oh, geez, and then I close the app. Because it's like, no, I promised myself I was going on a break from this. And every time I open it, I see something stupid and annoying, and I don't want to be on there. So, yeah, but yeah, Dresser, you came in at quite the time. We were talking about how Twitter is a hell site, and how I'm just, and there's several factors why I've decided to take a break from it. At least like interacting properly with it. Obviously, stuff like he needs to know how to scrim. He's a Fenbot after all. Ah! Okay, so I think overall, I think this is a good design. I think I can keep him relatively obviously there's some inconsistency from drawing to drawing, but that's okay. As I get more comfortable with drawing him, I'll figure out the proportions more. For now, as long as we got like the base design and whatnot, I'm willing to work with what I've got. So I'm going to take this design and I'm going to put it into a new file, and we're going to kind of refine it a little bit more, and then we're going to do a proper asset for it. Huh? Oh, okay, I see why. And there she goes again. I know how you feel. Yeah. I think we all do. I think, because I'm not the only one who's decided that they're sort of taking a break from Twitter. My boyfriend did it a little while ago. This YouTuber I watch, Adler the Eagle, he's doing it right now. I think it's just Twitter has become so toxic. Like, and it's not to say it was a haven or before, because I think it's always been, like, I think it's always been a little bit toxic. I think it's always kind of fed off of that kind of conflict and desire for conflict a little bit. But no more than, like, any other social media website, like Facebook or whatever. But I feel like it's gotten, like, really bad now. Like, worse than, like, late-stage Tumblr, I think, for my mental health. Because say what you want about, like, late-stage Tumblr, a lot of it was just a bunch of confused kids. Twitter, a lot of them are people like my age. Like 24, 25, acting this way and being debatably more miserable than anyone during like late era Tumblr ever was. I say debatably because I am aware, I'm sure that they're like, I'm sure somebody could point to like an example, be like, no, there was such and such person who did this and did that and whatever. Not that miserable, awful people aren't, not that which place had the most miserable, awful audience is a competition, but I feel like I use Twitter a lot, but I do take minor breaks from it. Yeah. I'm aiming for this to be fairly lengthy. Don't quote me on that, because for all I know, I might sort of have like I might like decide in the next couple of days to come back if I felt like, okay, I think I've had enough of I think I'm ready to go back now. Probably not, but we'll see. I have no idea, but right now the goal is to sort of stay off for a while until I feel like things have at least cooled down a little bit. I feel like the only reason I use Twitter is that all the content creators I like use it. If I want to see cute art, I have to do a lot of bulk. Yeah, that's because, Twitter is like the best place to post that sort of thing. With DeviantArt, you get caught up in like a lot of, first of all, it's only focused on visual art, and like maybe you'll find visual art and writing. And you'll find some great stuff on DeviantArt. There's no denying that, but it's mixed in with some interesting content, and the reputation of the website makes it almost impossible to get any kind of possible reach out of it. Facebook, no one really uses Facebook to promote their businesses anymore. I mean, like, businesses have Facebook pages, but it's really only so much in as a, well, might as well, maybe we'll get, like, a boomer or two interested, I don't know. Like, I barely even look at my Facebook page anymore because it's, like, for my business. I only use Facebook to keep in touch with people that I don't normally talk to. Because I'm bad at socializing. So, it serves that function well. Tumblr, everyone left Tumblr after the great porn purge of 2018. I don't remember when they did that, but it was the worst decision that they ever made, because unlike something like Facebook or DeviantArt, it was a great place to post NSFW content without, I think, but there was still like enough content policing that it wasn't, like, I should probably rephrase. There was enough moderation in the content that it didn't get as bad as like a place like Ink Bunny, for instance, which I don't want to talk about here because, again, we're going to be uploading this to YouTube, and that's an entirely different beast. But Twitter is kind of like this perfect place for it. It's microblogging, which means there's or not micro, well, it's technically not microblogging, but anyway, it's people's posts go up super quick, they're super short, they're to the point, and you find the thing, you like the thing, you consume the next thing. It is perfect for like an algorithm to get your kind of works out there. The problem is that with that, there's a lot of people, and right now there's a lot of unrest and a lot of discomfort and a lot of really angry people who just don't know how to properly vent out their frustration, and so they take it out on other people, and then the website becomes kind of like this war zone. But as it stands right now, it is the best option to get your work out to a mass audience, because everyone has a Twitter. Literally everyone has a Twitter. Okay, well, not literally everyone. Like, there's people who don't have a Twitter, obviously, but the vast majority of people on God's green earth have a Twitter. So, unfortunately, it is kind of a case where it's like, you gotta bite the bullet. I remember when I first made my Twitter page, I didn't even want to, because I don't know, I just didn't want to at the time. And then I got addicted to it, and now I'm kind of looking back and kind of thinking it's like, wow, yeah, maybe old me had the right idea. But that's the only real reasons I have still used Twitter for a while, has been because content creators I like are on there, and because it's a great way to get your content out there. It's a pain, it is. I wish we had a more safe, I wish there was a more like safe spot for people to share their content. their creative content, but there never will be that'll have the same reach as something like Twitter. There just won't be. There can't be, frankly, because if it's even if it's dedicated to, like, here's the thing, if it's like a platform that's mostly dedicated to just the marketing of someone's content, that's pretty niche in comparison to like Twitter, where you can just post whatever the hell you want and you're good to go. Anyone can use it for any reason, basically. Within reason, obviously. Like, I can't like make it and be all like, you know what, I'm not gonna come up with any suggestions, because yeah, that could get dark very fast, and nope. I don't want to be that guy. I notice I've had to say that a lot today. Twitter just brings that out in me. Yeah, and that's exactly the problem. Twitter does bring that kind of behavior out in me. Does bring that kind of negativity and frustration out in me. And I don't want to have to deal with that right now. So, it didn't used to, but I feel like recently it's become harder and harder and harder to be on there, and it's just, you know what, I'm just going to take a break. I'm just going to take a break from Twitter, outside of just letting people know, oh, I drew a thing. Oh, I'm posting a video. I did a thing. I'm not interested right now. I got me problems to worry about. I got videos to make. I got art to do. I got toy robot fennec foxes to draw. Speaking of which, I haven't fed him yet. Well, for starter, these locks tried to kill me. Okay, so, like, on top of the sort of, like, box full of foam where I keep my microphone, there was, like, a thing of locks, and I just fell off of it. Okay, I'm sorry if it's gotten depressing. That's just something I needed to get off my chest, I think. Something good that happened to me recently. Well, we got a follower today. I got to feed Fenbot. That's fun. The new episode of Foxtails is coming along really nicely. I had burgers for dinner. That's always fun. Honestly, I don't want to say not much, but a lot of the things that I've been enjoying and been making me happy have been small things. There hasn't really been any super big occurrences in my life right now. It's just been small things. Little small things that make me happy. Like getting up in the morning and seeing the sunrise and all that usual, like, cliche stuff they tell you is nice. Because it is. A lot of the time it is nice. I'm a morning person now. I never thought I would be, but, like, just, it feels so good to see the sun rising and to just get that energy. I love mornings now. I never used to. I used to hate mornings. I used to hate getting up early, but now it's like, I don't mind. I mean, if I wake up too early, obviously I'm gonna be grumpy, but I think that's true of almost anyone. I don't like waking up when it's dark out still, but, like, when the sun is starting to rise and everything in the house is still quiet and I can get my exercises done and then just have breakfast, maybe clean up and then take a shower. It's just it's a really nice feeling. It's a small thing, but it's been helping a lot. Quote 2, I'm a furry, for God's sake. There, something positive. That quote came up. What was that in relation to? What did I say that about again? Also, thank you for your continued hard work, Fenbot. Excuse me. But yeah, right now, things that have been kind of positive in my life have just been little small things. Little small wonders, if you could call it. And why, yes, I am this sappy in real life. I guess beyond that, I did buy a new game recently, though I haven't played much of it yet. It's called Blade Strangers. I picked up Blade Strangers on the Nintendo Switch. It's like a fighting game. It's pretty good. It's alright. It's very mechanically simple, but I kind of like that about it. It's kind of lacking in features. I wish there was a bit more to, like, do, but I like... I also only recognize, like, 4 of the characters, because it's like a crossover fighting game, a bunch of like Nicholas brands, and I don't really play their games much. Like, even the ones that I recognize, I don't really play. Like, I don't really play Isaac. I don't really play Cave Story. Shovel Knight's a guest character, and I have played Shovel Knight. Not a lot of it, but I have played Shovel Knight. I should probably get around to like actually playing Shovel Knight at some point, because I heard it's really good. Obviously, people like when people point to like indie games that are like really good, they usually point to Shovel Knight for good reason. From what I understand, it really is that fantastic. And there's also like so much of it too. Like, there's a ton of Shovel Knight. If any of you guys have played Shovel Knight, in the comments, I'd love to like, did you guys like it? I'm assuming so. Most people did. Jeez. Well, you know what else was something positive that happened to me? The last stream we did, the SpongeBob Bow for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated stream that we did, was so much fun. Gosh, Hecky, my Wi-Fi cut out when you shared the positive news. The internet actively does not want me to hear. Goodbye. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, I've just been just like, to kind of summarize, just small things. Nothing super big or major has happened. Small things have been sort of keeping me in a good mood. Small things, just little things. Like I said, I've developed into a morning person, and I've really begun to appreciate waking up early and just seeing the sun rising and whatnot. It's not as much fun when it's raining out. But again, I just don't like the rain in general, so, you know. Yeah, I'm one of those people one of those mystic millennials who doesn't like the rain. I know, it's crazy. I also don't like reading much either, so, like, you know. SpongeBob stream was fun. Yes, it was. It was a ton of fun. Everything from discovering that dumb silly glitch to Flint coming in with that raid. I still haven't figured out how to make the raid thing appear. I have the graphics and the things for it set. I have it turned on. It just won't appear for some reason. The sound still plays. Well, sometimes, because I think last time it didn't. But, Flint coming in with that heckin' raid. That was fantastic. I think I got a follow out of it, too. Speaking of which, if you guys want to help me, like, at all, there's a few different things you can do. Fenbot brought them up earlier, but, I think right now, just when it comes to just straight up Twitch, best thing you could do, let people know I'm streaming. Hopefully that'll, get them interested in following. If you're, like, just lurking in the chat, and you're not following yet, you should follow, because following is good. And I would like to become an affiliate so I can get like custom emotes and I can integrate the snacks into my Twitch itself, which means I can have them do more things than just the sort of limited pool of what they do right now. Ostensibly, I want to be able to upgrade Fenbot. And, you know, it also just helps with getting the word out there. It means people can subscribe, which means that they can subscribe to my content, and I get a little bit of money, and I can keep doing this thing, you know? Right now, I'm just trying to get money from a bunch of different, like, sources, but I'll tie back to one thing: content creation. Because I love creating content. It's my favorite thing to do right now. It just is. Making videos, doing streams, designing characters, whatever. It's, like, my favorite thing to do. And it's the one thing that's been keeping me sane throughout, like, okay, there's a few things that have been keeping me sane. But, like, it's the sort of primary thing that's been keeping me sane throughout all this COVID nonsense. And given that we're very likely going to be getting a second wave here in Canada, I have a feeling I'm going to be doing this for a lot longer. Not that I was planning on stopping when I did go back to Loris Accord, if at all, but, like, definitely some things we're going to have to give. But I don't think I have to worry about that again for a while. It's almost like we opened up too early or something. Oh, and by the way, I said the COVID word. Which version is Fenbot? Fenbot is this cute little fella right here. He's this cute little robot Fennec. He is the, in case you don't know, he is the chatbot. If you like say, if you look, it's Fenbot 3000 that interacts with you. That's this little fella right here. I wanted to give him a proper design. To kind of be a kind of secondary mascot, mostly for my Twitch. Because my persona is my primary mascot, but, I wanted to kind of have like a second, I guess you could say Buttons is kind of a secondary mascot, but A, I don't draw him, I think, often enough for that to really count, and B, I'd like to use Buttons for other things in the future. I think just having a character like Fenbot, who's just kind of here to be cute and fun and let people know, oh, Fox is streaming, come and hang out, and has some different reactions. I really like, there's a way for me to like program unique reactions in, or rather, they're not unique per se, but they come from like a random pool, but I can't get it to work for some reason, and so far my Google Foo has proved fruitless. So I don't know what the deal with that is. No, we'll just leave that. Thank you for feeding, oh, no, you didn't feed him. You were checking your snacks. I'm sorry. Sorry, Milksteak. You've got 3,793 snacks, which means you can actually do quite a lot. That's kind of the thing. People don't tend to use up their snacks. So, they have a bunch of different things that they can do. Hang on, there's commands. And if you use any of these commands that Fenbot's going to show, these are different things you can ask him to do. Some of them require the snacks. You can check exclamation mark shop. I'm going to wait till he's done. Yeah, I think he's done. Exclamation mark shop. And as you can see, sounds, slide whistle 10, oof 20, bass boost is 100. Also, there's action, give snacks, which costs 5 snacks, and he'll eat them. He'll be like, yum, 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 yum. I have other actions I want to give him. I just don't really know what to make them out. Jesus, that actually scared the hell out of me. Oh, my throat's parched. I'm gonna just real quick. I'm gonna step away and get a drink. That actually scared me. Jeez. But yeah, that's the kind of thing you can use Fenbot for. I should mention that sounds are on a timer, so don't think about trying to spam it. Mostly because I'm very sound sensitive, so, you know. That, and let's be, I don't think any streamer wants to be just sat there and every 2 seconds, because everyone's saved up like a 10 quadrillion, like, snacks. I might actually raise how much each action costs. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe at least like the base boost, just because that one is so meme-malicious. What's Fenbot's favorite snacks? Fenbot likes whatever you can give him. He's not terribly picky. The thing about Fenbot is that while he ingests them, he doesn't really get any nutrients from them, so you can feed him whatever. I did program him with simulated flavor, like taste capability, so he can taste. But I'm kind of mixing fact with fiction here. But his favorite is the same as mine. He likes salt and vinegar chips. He likes pizza. He likes bees chorgers. But he also has a taste for things that Fenix would normally eat, so like bugs and whatnot. He also likes scrap metal, so if you got like a soda can or something, he'll eat that too. I could see you're having fun with the sounds, Milk Steak. I was thinking of having the other oof, the one that everyone knows from Roblox. Funny story about that. That sound is not from Roblox. It's from a game I think called Messiah, and they ripped it from that game. It's from a cutscene. It's not blink if you'll miss it, but it's if you're not paying full attention, you'll miss it. But this sort of character is kind of cherub-looking character. I know nothing about this game. This sort of cherub-looking character gets blown onto like the moon or something, and like he sort of falls like around, and then he goes like oof, like that. And I thought that was really funny that it turned out that that sound is not actually from Roblox, but everyone knows it from Roblox, even though it's actually from some obscure PC game. I say obscure, for all I know, like maybe like the old school PC gamers are about to come knocking on my door, be like, how dare you make fun of Messiah? I know nothing about it. I don't even know how it plays. I think it's like an adventure game. I don't know. If it is, I'll maybe check it out, because I do like me a good adventure game. Particularly if they are point and click. Not so much if they're text-based, because I don't have the patience for that junk. I say junk, but obviously I don't want to... I've played some good text-based adventure games, mostly from people I went to school with. I actually made a couple when I was in school. They were really short, and they were all on the Turing programming language, and they were terrible. And if you knew anything about the programming language, they were really easy to abuse and break and snap into or get into an unwinnable. That's another thing I'm curious about trying again is programming. I think I'm starting to have a little bit too much free time because it's like not free time because obviously I'm doing work, but I think I'm I don't know. I think I'm just worrying too much about things I can. Oh, I'd love to try this. I'd love to try this because like literally, I'd love to. Here's the things I'd love to learn how to do. I'd love to learn how to dance. Currently in the middle of trying to teach myself how to do that. I'd love to learn how to play an instrument, specifically the guitar and the ukulele, and I'd like to brush up on the drums because I kind of know how to play the drums. I'd like to make like a puppet, a Fenbot, or get one make and learn how to do puppeteering. I'd love to learn how to make learn how to make like fursuits. I want to learn how to program. I want to learn how to voice act. I want to learn, like, you get what I'm saying? I have so much on the run right now. Roblox? Dresser, if you're unfamiliar, Roblox is a it's a game that I believe it's like a browser game, though I think you can download it now. Yeah, it's like an online game. It's like this kid's online game, and it's sort of you can like make games and whatnot in it. You can program them and play them and create them, and it's really nifty in theory, but you can only do so much with it. With that said, some people have made some absolutely bananas stuff. It's a bit of a meme now, I think, because like a lot of just it's the DeviantArt thing where it's so saturated that there's just a bunch of junk on there, but there is some legitimately really cool stuff on Roblox. I've never played it myself. I have very little interest. Not because of, like, that, again, that's another thing I'd love to try, is making a game. I'd love to make a game. Like, not something huge, just something small, like, but I'd love to learn how to make a game. You know what, let's just, like, leave it as, like, a regular old, yeah, that'll do. I'd love to learn how to make a game. Like, specifically, I'm thinking, like, a platformer, or maybe a fighting game. Nothing huge, just a sort of simple, like, platform with a simple gimmick. And work from there. I'd love to do that someday. But just Roblox in general just doesn't interest me too much. Got some neat stuff, but eh. I think it's because a lot of, like, kids play Roblox. And remember, if kids like something, it's cringy, according to the internet. Also something I learned from Twitter widely, though admittedly it's not just Twitter that acts like that. I hate that, by the way. I hate that. I hate cringe culture, because it's like, yo, you like this thing? Cringe. It's something I make fun of a bit on the channel. It's one of the reasons I just try and find excuses to find alternatives to the word cringe, because there's kind of a connotation to it. I'm sure I won't last long not saying cringe on Twitch. But you know what? I'm gonna stick by it as best as I can. If I ever say cringe, it's something ironic, or I'm making fun of myself. So, or you know, I'm using the actual definition of the word, like, oh well, I cringed at that because it hurt. Like, it kind of looks like a Neopet, doesn't he? Remember Neopets? I was actually pretty butt deep into Neopets in early high school. I say early high school because it didn't. Once I got into later high school, I kind of lost interest. And by the time I moved out, my Neopets hadn't been fed in like a good solid year, so I'm just assuming that they ran away. Is that what happens? I don't remember. I was so paranoid when I was playing that they never went hungry. His back and front paws look very different, and I kind of like the way that the back paws look better, so I'm going to do some slight modification. But other than that, and the tail, we're almost done with the line art, which means we can move on to the coloring. I don't know, I did say I wanted to make like a proper asset for him. I don't know how far along in that we're going to be able to go, but we'll see. My main goal here was to, honestly, was to just get the character design out there and ready to go, so I can start drawing him and putting him in things. Like, I have like these little like preview images I post on my social media. And my doggo is crying, and I can hear her. I wonder what's got her upset. I might have to go check on that in a minute. She's probably just blubbering because my boyfriend had to go leave to do something. And God forbid, right? She gets so upset. She's like, oh, but I want him here now. She's such a blubber butt. She complains about everything. I don't even know if you guys can hear her. Hi, CJ! Yes, CJ, we're designing Fenbot today. We're just about done the line art. Yeah, she's still whining. Ah! Again, I don't even know if you guys can hear her. How you doing, CJ? Thanks for making it to the stream. It's pretty quiet, so we've mostly just been rambling on about how much Twitter sucks and all the different and the comical amount of different things I want to try and do. Yeah, I might need to go check on my doggo in a minute, because she's still going at it. She's still complaining. Ugh. I've been very sick these past few days. Oh, geez, are you okay? Did you catch something? You didn't get, like, sick, right? Like, I hope not, because I wouldn't wish that on anyone. But, like, this... Oh, Jesus, milk steak. That's why it's there. Alright. I swear it's like my body waits for me to go on vacation to feel absolutely horrible. Well, yeah. It's just how it be, though. I have a sore throat, but thankfully no fever. But thankfully no fever. Well, that's good. Have you had any other, like, really major... Do you know what it is? Do you know what you've caught? Excuse me. Probably allergy. Ooh. Had a reaction to something. Okay, so I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna go check on my doggo super quick. Okay, real quick before I go, because literally right as I was about to sit up, Geekfox showed up. Thank you so much for the follow, my dude. You are the best. I will be right back. And we are back, and Geekfox said, "Ah! Ah! Ah! Ah!" So Geekfox, I think this is the first time you've been to one of my streams, buddy. Now it's time to design the little bugger. So I'm going to try a few different palettes, and I'm going to pick out which one is my favorite from there. Palette 01. Base color. I'm going to get rid of that, this, and that original sketch. Let's edit, change canvas size. No, no, stop moving, you annoying. Change canvas size. Hey, T-Chep, how you doing, my dude? Everyone's showing up all of a sudden. You should totally be orange like Tails. Maybe. Oh, and we are rounding out the next song, so let's... Because... Actually, you know what? Snowman's right there. I like Snowman. Maybe I'll make him like, orange. That could be like, that could be one of them. Okay, we'll try that first. I'll get more like a cream and then accent him with some orange. I think might be kind of a good idea. Let me just, Oh, I got the one place. His head. No, don't open. Don't open the stupid store. No one wants to. Well, okay, it's not even like a store. It's more like an asset shop. Oh, well, it's because there's like a big part of his head that was never drawn in. Oh, geez, how did I miss that? All right. Admittedly, the art is a little sloppy, but you know. So right now we're just figuring out the design. Go. But yeah, welcome, Drjoshfox. Super jazzed to have you around. We do this we stream every Tuesday and every Saturday. Tuesday is typically devoted to art. Saturday is typically devoted to a game. Right now it's either SpongeBob, Balfour Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, or Sims 4 Furry Edition, which is just something I plan on doing as like a regular kind of thing on this quirky little, it's not really a show, is it? Whatever you want to call this. Nightmare. It's probably a good thing to call it. This quirky little nightmare. Okay, I might need to turn down the volume on that because it's legitimately going to give me a heart attack. People have been loving the bass boosting today. Anyway, Drjoshfox, and this character here is Fenbot. He is a robotic fennec who is he is the, in case you couldn't tell, he is the chat bot. Fenbot 3000. Abbreviated to Fenbot sometimes because it's easier that way. Oh, thank you. We don't talk about Fenbot 1000 to 2000. Oh, there were no Fenbot 1000 to 2000. I asked him what his favorite number was, and that was the one that came up. And Fenbot 999 is on thin ice. Nope. Robo Kitty. Oh, Fen. Yeah, no, he's a Fen. That's why he got the big ears and the tail. And thank you for feeding him, T-Chep. He shall remember this, friendo. Yeah, Drjoshfox, you build up by watching, and like the longer you watch, the more snacks you can get, and those can be used to buy different things for Fenbot to do. Like here's shop, and like you could buy different sounds: slide whistle, which is 10 snacks, oof, which is 20, and bass boost, which is 100. Or you could just give him some snacks. I want to figure out more actions for him to do because I feel like that there isn't quite enough yet. And I sometimes worry that I don't know, it just kind of feels like that there isn't enough to engage with him with. And he loves all y'all, and he likes engaging with you guys, so... I like how last time I was all like, oh, I don't know, he's a robot, he doesn't really have a gender. And now I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna definitely use male pronouns. He's fine with any, frankly. So call him whatever you want. Just don't call him late to dinner. Not that they can actually gain any nutrients or anything. They just like being invited to dinner. Ooh, yes. Yes, eyes indeed. He's a good boy. Oof, okay. someone drop something upstairs. Scrim would be a good command. Actually, Scream does not require any snacks. Because we're Phoenix. We scream. It's what we do. Now, the bass boost costs snacks because it includes a sound effect. But don't worry, guaranteed, he's still screaming. You know, I kind of actually really like this color scheme. Though maybe I'll change the color of the nose. Hang on. We make it like a... Yeah, I kind of like how that looks, actually. With that said, I am going to try, like, a couple different palettes, so let's, No, don't open the thing! Dang you, Clip Studio! Why does it have to be right there? Excuse me. What if I can, like, move it? Nope, it's one of the ones that are stuck there. Okay, so now I'm going to, Ooh, that also looks really nice. Aw. Thank you for giving him snacks, CJ. So I also really like this one. Here, I'm gonna, Yes, this is typically how I do color palettes when I can't figure out what I want to do, by the way. So let's edit tonal hue. Maybe make it a little bit darker. A little bit of that kind of sandy tone. This one's not too bad. I feel like it's a little drab. We're gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna ask you guys how you feel about them, okay? Duplicate. Okay, we'll close that up. Okay, so, here are the different palette options I've made available. There's this one. There's this one, this kind of icy blue and gray one. There's this one, this kind of dusty looking one, and then there's this one. So, I'm just real quickly going to go to the washroom. I'm just going to flip through these a couple more times. And I'd like your guys' opinion on that when I get back. can you do, I like the icy color. I like the blue ones, like the icy color. Can you do Dusty with orange legs real quick? Yeah, I might do that super quick, T-Chap. I like the one with the faint orange body. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry I didn't say anything wrong before. I say anything before I left. It's alright, Dresser. Don't worry about it. So, can you Dusty with orange legs real quick? Okay, here, I'll just, I'll duplicate this one. Layer. Duplicate. Alright, Alright, and I guess this is kind of an unofficial other one. T-Chap did the thing as per your request. How's that look? Think. So I'm assuming you your votes for that one. So we've got two for the. I like the blue ones. I like the ice. We got two for those. We got the Dusty with the orange, and one for faint orange. So right now it looks like that the blue ones are winning out. So between the two of these, the more icy one or the more saturated blue, which do we prefer? I like the darker blue. I'd vote for the darker blue. Okay, so did we have any other votes on that? So we've got two for the darker blue, we've got one for icy blue, unless we want to also count Geek Fox's vote for icy blue. Because here's the thing, I feel like I'm a little bit leaning towards the darker blue more, but the icy blue is nice, is the thing. I don't really think any of them look bad. I don't think either of them look bad. I like them too. I think I like the darker blue, honestly. I don't know. I think it evokes more what I was trying to go for with the, with like the Poochie. If I can bring this down, like it's not exactly the same, but I think it invokes him a little bit more without being again like exactly the same. I think it invokes that a little bit more because he was kind of meant to look like a toy in a way, like a toy robot. Darker blue with icy shoulders. Well, let's see. Here, I'll go with like the sort of icy color of his ears and see where that gets us. Layer. Duplicate. Oh, wow. Alright, how do you feel about that? With some... Also, maybe his eyes. Maybe makes his eyes icy as well. I don't know. I'm not feeling the icy looking shoulders. Heyo. Hi, Shawnee. You actually literally got here right towards the end. We're just trying to figure out design elements for Fenbot. I'm not sure how I feel about the shoulders. I don't really like how that looks. So I'm gonna maybe like the eyes, maybe like make the eyes icy kind of looking. Because I kind of like how that looks. Yeah, I think that's a good accent for the eyes. How about like the middle? No, the middle chest piece I think we can keep a little bit darker. Fenbot, he is. Right now we're trying to figure out, we're kind of split between a few different palettes. We've got, well, there's just like we've got the original, we've got, like, this was the first one I did. We've got this kind of icy blue one. We've got this kind of dusty one. We've got a dusty one with orange legs. We've got this blue poochy looking one, and we got this blue poochy looking one with icy eyes. We also tried it with icy shoulders, but I didn't really like how that looked. So I'm not really sure. I think I like this one with the icy eyes. What do you guys think? I like it. Okay. Anyone else? Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Can you repeat the question? You're not the boss of me now, you're not the boss of me now, you're not the boss of me now, and you're not so big. Going once. Yeah. Got a yay from Chi-Chep. Going twice. I like how he's just, yeah. I just imagine like this burp, just, yeah. Yeah. Right, wrong, final call. I will make the... Excuse you, mister. I will make the final call. Burp go yeah. Yes, Burp go yeah. Burp do a tweet. You go yeah. Yeah. Now Geek Fox go yeah. 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 I'm adding that as a quote. Hang on. There. Now one of the random quotes is yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's good. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go with this one then. Are you animating set? Well, no, because I'm not animating. I'm drawing. Okay, then we will go with this color palette. Ladies and gents, we have the official color palette of our boy Fenbot. I'm just going to put the palette off to the side. I'm going to group all like the blues together, because that's just how I roll, yo. Doesn't need to be super pretty. This is for me. This ref is for me, so... With that said, I might make a more like detailed, proper ref in the future. Oh, did I include this? Let me just. I did. Okay, excellent. And there we have our icy boy. Huh. Hang on. There you go. This was all part of an... The quote is weird because it's like... There's a cooldown, I guess, but it doesn't tell you how long you have. Unlike if you try to do, like... Hang on. The timers are all off for some reason, I guess. And I don't quite... There we go, T-Chip. You got it. Yeah. 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 Yeah! Oh, by the way, there's another command you can do for him. I forgot about this. Pet. You can pet the boy. So if anyone wants to pet the boy, do that. Meanwhile, I'm gonna fix whatever the heck's going on with these things while you all bask in his glory. Come on, there we go, submit. He deserves snack. Cool down machine broke. I guess so. Thank you, friend, Fenbot. Yes, he does deserve snack. He a good boy. Okay, so we actually are just about at the 2-hour mark, which is normally when I like to end these. I do want to do something super quick before we do, so we might run a little bit late, but that's okay. I'm stopping the music now. Excuse me. I want to also have a ref for when he do a glow, because remember, he robot, he do a glow. There, he do a glow. That's something else he can do. You know what, I'll just leave it those two for now. There we go. Fenbot is finally designed. Look at my good boy. Look at my robot son. Yes, give him all the snacks. And pet him. Ah, he glow. Yes, I think there's a very mild cooldown on some of the actions. Oh, and it's give snacks. There you go. You got it. All right. So other than that, here's our boy. Here is Fenbot 3000. You should start seeing him in art soon-ish. Thanks for hanging out while I did this. Hang on. Let me just Fenbot. Do the thing. There we go. Yeah, there's not too much else to say beyond that. Again, thanks for hanging out with me. As per usual, this was a blast. This was a lot of fun. Look at, you're all being so nice to Fenbot. You're all petting him. You're all giving him. But now him and I gotta go. So, thanks a bundle for hanging out. Yeah, there you go. Haha! I got the time back on. Alright, so, beyond that, there's not too much else I want to say. Just, yeah, thanks for coming to the stream. Thank you, everyone, for coming to the stream. Thank you for following Geekfox. Thank you for following Cadence the Alpaca. Thank you for coming for, like, all of 8 minutes, Shawnee. Thanks, just everyone for hanging out. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. I was able to make it. Good stream. I'm glad you were able to make it, too. I'm glad everyone was able to make it. I'm glad y'all had a good time. Bye, Milksteak. Bye, T-Chip. Bye, everyone. I'll see you on Saturday, where I don't know what we're playing, but it's probably going to be SpongeBob again. I don't know. Maybe I'll run a poll on Twitter, on the cursed site. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, bye.